Juba massacre. Juba massacre it started all the way from 1991 when Nasser faction came, the rebellion by the name sometimes the rebellion of the doctors, Dr. Riek Machar and Dr. Lama Kol, when they defected from the SPLA. Then the Iraqi forces and the Sudanese forces is taken in Juba. At that time, Juba was surrounded by SPLA for many years. Then they thought that SPLA has withdrawn its forces from surrounding Juba to go and deal with the rebellion within itself. However, SPLA did not withdraw its forces because they knew that the Iraqi forces and the Sudanese Khartoum regime forces were going to use that chance to flag SPLA outside of Juba. However, SPLA managed to plan an offensive assault in 1992 under operation called Operation Django Storm, and it attacked in 4 directions. There was the Operation Django Storm, but however, before they planned the attacking of Juba, they first made spies inside Juba. They were the Equatorian people, Equatorian brothers, who were SPLA, but they were SPLA spies inside the government forces in Juba. We had them in Sujun, we had them in police, we had them in the army itself, we had them in national security in Juba enough. However, when Operation Django Storm attacked from 4 directions, there was Operation Django Storm which attacked the airport. Then another one attacked Jebel, which is the current air defense place. Another one attacked Giada military barrack, and another one attacked the bridge of Juba, the one near Kato. However, the one which attacked Giada, the military barrack, where the Iraqi forces were stationed on Jebel, SPLA Operation Django Storm managed to capture Giada and Jebel. Those guys of Garang Mobile and Toma Tirillo, they were the ones who were leading those things for another general. They managed to capture Giada and Jebel. However, the Operation Django Storm SPLA, which were sent to assault on Juba Airport, they failed to capture Juba Airport. Even the ones who were tasked to go and capture the bridge, they failed to capture the bridge. However, at that time, SPLA saw like this, they withdrew their forces from Juba and went back to the outskirts of Juba outside to go back to where they were before. And that thing resulted into Juba massacre. When that Juba massacre happened, then now the Iraqi forces and Sudanese government regime forces in Juba realized that they were spies in their government, in their Sujun, in police, in the army in Juba. They decided to do spy squad to those who were suspected to be the spies of SPLA. People were killed. Over 700 people of Equatorian people, they were killed, both in Sujun, both in police, even in the army. All of them were killed, even in wildlife. All those people were massacred, even the innocent people. They were killed in the area, resulting to such areas like Adla Bara. Adla Bara means come out from your room when you're sleeping. That's how those areas came to. Adla Bara, come out, then they shoot you with the fire squad. Even area like Rujal Mapi in Arabic word it translates that no man in that area, because the men were massacred by the Iraq and Sudanese government forces in Juba. That's the reason why it is called Rujal Mapi now. It is just near Adlabara, they all share Facebook, that area called Rujal Mapi, with all the Adlabara A and B and C. All those areas, those were the results of Juba massacre. Even Juba massacre resulted into the formation of the current area by the name Jebel Dinka. Jebel Dinka came after Juba massacre of 1992. How it came? After those Operation Django Storm, which failed, the 2 directions from the bridge and who assaulted on the airport. Most of them were captured. When they were captured, then plus other innocent Dinka people in the town, they were also captured. People thought they are spies of SPLM. Then they are killing ground where they could do the spy squad, mostly towards those ends of the current area now, Jebel Dinka, because that area at that time was a very far forest from Juba. Juba was not that big city at that time. So most of the people were killed there in the current location called Jebel Dinka, which is added to a historical name. It is historical actually, it is a historical name. But others are fighting now like to change the name, which doesn't make sense. That is historical. However, when peace came to Juba, when people signed the CPA, then most of the people used to go and visit there. Those who used to go and make a chapel or something, they went and found a large scale of bodies. A lot of bodies were dumped there. And when they checked the bodies, those people were having those marks of Barghazal people, the traditional mark stuff. That is how the name came to be named Jebel Dinka, because most of the people who were thrown there, they were the Dinkas, which were captured under that Operation Django is to move to capture the bridge and Juba Airport. That is how the name came. It is historical. However, this day, 30th of August, to remember them all the time. We cannot forget them like the way people are forgetting 1983, 16 May. The people are trying to forget it. They are trying to duplicate it. However, we are not supposed to forget Juba massacre of 1992. It was a very dangerous sacrifice. Our people sacrificed themselves. Most of the Equatorian people, over 700 people were killed just by his squad because they suspect you that he was spy. Yet some people were innocent. People with high government position, they were killed by his squad in Juba.